Vitali's
Yeah,
got a pretty tough spot here. Chip lead opening, the
I
button's going to
agree.
open. We're going to open very wide. We got fold equity, and we can get called by worse with the ace-5 off, but Shukri is down to 5 bigs. That's the thing that makes this pretty dicey. If he was short stack, I think Vitali would have a trivial jam.
If you look at the payouts though, it's very, very small pay jumps at the bottom. I wouldn't have minded it. I'm definitely in with ace eight, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have we're not ecstatic, but obviously just a trivial defend with the jack six of hearts. Jack six of hearts. I suspect this goes check. Small c bet call. Not much to say here. I think he probably can get away with c betting whatever he wants, but definitely when he has his combo is amazing. I like his sizing too. Looks about 25%. This is nice from Ty.
I think he
Even
should be going bigger on this board. I think this size
I,
is too
I was
small.
gonna, I was gonna say, I was about to say, sorry, I was about to say, even if in Chippy V on this kind of wet texture you want some bigger sizings, I think in ICM you just get to revert back to small because the pressure on you is bigger and your check raise frequency is going to be lower. So personally, yeah, if you're gonna have a big bet, his hand's excellent. But I think in general, I'm fine 28 effective just using a mostly small size. It's not like a board like 10-8-5 flush draw. Yeah, you've got 6-5
Wet
off,
though.
probably. Have you got 8-6 off? Have you got? Do you know what I mean? You don't have as many gut shots as usual. Yeah,
That's a good
you're
point.
not going to check raise much. I just think that it's a very different ball to Chippy V, both because you've not got as many offsuit gut shots, and because he has more efficiency from the small bet, and because your overall check raise frequency is lower. If you're like 40-50 effective here, it's a bit different. But I think when you're 28 effective, like, do you have sevens? Yeah, you probably do have sevens pure, I suppose, actually, but you don't have ace queen now. You know, like you probably don't have king queen suited. Maybe you do have actually, but you don't have you don't have queen seven off. You don't have queen four off. You just don't check raise as much or hit the board as
Hmm.
hard, in my opinion. So I think it's more efficient than usual. Yeah, fine. You could size up a
Yeah,
bit.
I think it's
But
I agree with all of those, but it's also it's easy for someone to just see bet small with range, and when his button range is so wide, it becomes really, really weak, and then it does incentivize me to check raise a lot again because even just like a queen free for me could just be an equity denial check raise.
yeah, okay.
Like
I
just take it
mean,
down
yeah,
to like any pair, or I could start check raising more hands like my one, and I think the small size kind of gives me a lot more room to do that. If he goes like 60% pot here, it's a lot harder for me to check raise with a 7 or a 4 or these sort of hands. And he can have a check range, that's completely fine. I can't start going after him with overbets and stuff on the turn too. So ICM doesn't just give him the extra pressure of like I don't check raise enough and being able to bet a lot. Like that's one benefit, but also he's going to play nicer in the check back range, like node as well. So I don't think he just
yeah,
needs to just range bet tiny. But I think against a lot of people that's going to be efficient. But I like to think I'm going to attack this size a lot more. In my head, in game, I thought he's probably going to have some check backs and then like maybe some bigger sizes. I know he's going to open wide. And then when I saw the small size, it was like, oh, he's probably making the mistake of betting too often once he's chose that size because it goes hand in hand with a range bet when people choose the small size, and I don't think he should. I think he should check with a 7
mhm,
and a 4 a lot. I think he should check some queen X. I think he should check like a bit of everything really. And a hand like his, I think, is actually a really nice bet because he's got like a good blocker with the king of hearts, backdoors with the 6, and he makes me fold straight away with even king 10 off. I'm pretty neutral on the flop
yeah,
without a
I
backdoor
agree.
flush draw. King 9, I definitely fold. King 8, I'm folding. So I think he's got good properties, but I think I would just size up. It doesn't give me as many options.
Even if you size up though, I don't think you want to go B60. I think just maybe like B40 then. Like maybe that makes a bit of a
Yeah,
difference then.
yeah.
Just go like fine, I can get behind that. Go like 150k or something, 140k. I think yeah, fine. But your big size again, 28 effective in ICM, in my opinion, can just be smaller anyway. It's definitely maybe. I mean, we haven't pulled out any solvers or anything. Maybe we could have a look at the Chippy V strategy here. It might be interesting to have a quick look at. Obviously, you go for the raise. Personally, think it's too large again. If your plan here is to attack what you think is an overstab, you go small because you're just trying to get EV from making him fold his overstab, right? I don't think you need to go really large. Personally, I'd go like 2.4x or something.
That looks reasonable for an open range. I'm going to play around with my range a little bit. Get rid of queen 6 off and just fold. Queen 7 off, I guess, is kind of close. And like,
I think I'd fold that in ICM personally, but yeah, whatever.
I think it's against the
I'd
button,
start.
like, and against chip lead.
Yeah,
But
no, no, for sure. This seems pretty reasonable. Yeah.
again, this is going to be chip EV, so it's not going to be perfect. But you can see that it's given me some leads too. I'm just going to get rid of that because I would not have had a lead range here.
I agree, and I don't think we need or should have one.
And it is
So it's
saying
given us just
40%. In
yeah.
ICM, when he can pressure me, he definitely has more license to c bet. But when Chippy V's telling me 50%, I don't think he's ever going to get to a range bet. But the small size is more indicative of the fact that that was the
I
strategy
would
he
say
was
yeah.
employing.
But I would also say though that he's going to get to see bet more, and he's more efficient with the small size. So looking at all this, I would still say I like his size. I like small personally. Yes, this enables you to bet 60% in chippy V. Granted, the range is wider, but this range is going to have more check raise in it than we will have in ICM.
Not if I think he's range betting, which is the main part of the equation. Like if I node lock here that he's betting with everything, this is still chip EV. Yeah, if I force him to range bet everything, it's like my hand like mine is. I mean, it's still kind of indifferent, but because we're kind of happy to play turns too, because his range is so we're going to lead turns a lot, I imagine. But we do just have even more license, and it's going to go back and forth, which you prefer. But this is like my main thoughts was I can now start raising with like Queen 8. Queen 9, Queen 10. In ICM, maybe that's bumped up to Queen 9 instead of Queen 8. Maybe it's bumped up to Queen 10. It's hard to say, but I do just have license to check raise more, and I think he's supposed to continue versus the check raise a lot more than he's going to. Like King 6 of diamonds is a hand that has like a pure call versus check raise, but I think people don't find these sort of continues. And if I node like this and get rid of a lot of these calls, the check raise is going to potentially go to even a range check raise at some point if we just keep playing around with it to how I think population play. Generally, when I check raise against the small size, I do go at least 3.5x. That's why here I go from 85 to 330, so I've gone close to 4x. Yeah, I've gone just under 4x. So that's like pretty typical for me because I'm kind of polarized. But I am with you that in ICM I could have gone to like 3x or something. But I think anything less is
Yeah,
giving him too good of a price.
I just want to see what happens if you throw in one more. If you offer two raise sizes, yeah, this something like this, it's 28 to 30%, just to see if it. Because you might be right, it might just be too polar where it's got no interest, but it does split. Yeah, I thought it would split. It gives us more efficiency around Queen X. So like we can raise a more slightly more depolarized range. And now look at what he's supposed to continue versus 3.9. Because for me, this might end up being even more efficient. Because if you look at how wide he's supposed to continue versus this is where, like, in my opinion, in ICM, look, Jack 9, that's what I'm saying, bro. This is exactly what I'm saying. Jack 9,
Yeah, if he's going to
Jack
fold
9
anyway
off,
to the small
Jack 9
size,
off.
then we don't need to go so big. I see
This
what
is
you're
what I
saying.
mean. Get a shape of this and a shape of it. Put the 5.6 in. He's folding 23.4 versus 3.9. Right now, put the 5.6 in. Do you think he's going to play similar to this versus the 3.9? Because in my opinion, yes, he is. So for me, you get similar efficiency and you save yourself 1.7 bigs. And that's why I think, especially in ICM, but even versus population, I kind of tend to often do this.
That's
I
fair.
just
I
don't
guess
decide
it's probably
the
nice
biggest
just
theory.
to think of a certain hand where we want to make sure he always folds. Just figure out what's the best size against that hand. Backdoor flush draw hands that are kind of unintuitive, like King 10 of diamonds. It's like a super print call, but maybe that's the sort of hand that we want to make indifferent. And if we can
10
do
9
that
off,
for two
look,
and a
10
half
9 off,
x, yeah,
Jack
these ones
9
are
off.
way in the bin.
Now look, 10 9 off's meant to battle and Jack 9 off's meant to fold, but if you go to 3.9, those are the ones that start to defend more frequently. So 3.9, you look at the Jack 9, 10 9, 10
Yeah,
8, Jack
yeah.
8. In my opinion,
I
they're
see what
just
you're
not.
saying.
I don't know who this guy is, but there's no way a random. I'm not talking about this specific hand. I'm talking about generally. There's no way a random player that is understudied is like going to continue 10-8 off with the 8 of hearts here at a frequency. I just don't see that. And look, is that like he wants 9-6 of diamonds to continue, right? Let's just quickly check that one as well, bro. 9-6 of diamonds, like, do me a favor, like, no. Do you know what I mean?
You could be more efficient if he's already folding hands like King 9 of diamonds to a small raise. Then why do I need to go so big? I'm with you. In game, I'm thinking I want more folds, but in practice, I might want to go smaller than have a better turn barrel. I think this is
Mhm.
reasonable real world response to the check raise.
It was a 40% check raise to this small size. So let's see where it goes to.
Range check raise becomes there pretty quickly. This is very common theme whenever you do any exploit
The
stuff.
same as when people fold a bit too much on the flop or don't check raise enough on the flop.
I
Raising
like
range
to look at
tends to
the top and bottom hands and compare the EV. So pocket sevens is our best hand, and we can see that EV is like quite substantially higher, of like half a big blind. That's 50 big blinds per 100. Jack two of clubs, you can see it's just making infinitely more. The button's range is too
Wow.
wide to open, and as soon as they start range betting, they're gonna have a bad time. You can see how much EV some of these hands are losing. King 5 losing minus 1.4 with the C bet. That's because we're responding perfectly. Obviously, in practice, people fold the flop too much. Even if you range bet, people don't check raise enough, so everything's going to work out different. But as soon as you start giving them a range bet and you're giving them a tight response versus check raise, it's pretty wild how much we can go after them. I mean, that's just a nice window into how much exploitation can yield to some EV in the streets.